Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase, where today I am taking a look at the Tornado mod. I've already shown this mod off a little while ago, probably about 6 months ago, and it has some new features. As you see right now, there's waves, all kinds of amazing weather systems, and of course the tornadoes, which now come with commands to make them bigger, smaller, and there's also other commands for the waves too, which I'll show you very shortly. But first off, we've got the wind, and you might be able to hear it now and again. All I can hear is water, but you'll be able to see that once this waterfall here has these little particles coming off it, and you can use those to determine which way the wind's going, or you can use the leaves on the trees, which you can see floating off. Lovely. But the trees are not losing their leaves. It is magic. Harry Potter's around. We're not going to question it though, because we have waves, and the command for the waves is /wave height and then whatever number you want. So it could be, at the moment the average is 1, it's set at 1, but then when a tornado comes it'll increase to say 5 maybe, but you can put it at 20 and the waves get they get a bit large. And it's the same throughout the oceans, but rivers too, they will get waves depending on the wind, and obviously the command if you do wish to set the command. Now if you guys want to see this mod in our Apocalypse mod pack, because I think there is a config where you can like turn off all the tornadoes, but I think we could leave them on with their destructive powers, because it is an Apocalypse mod pack and destruction is not always a bad thing when you're in the apocalypse. So let's set them to wave height 10 so it's not so obscene. So make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let's try and hit 5,000 likes, and if we do, we'll add it to that mod pack. So I got to right click on the water with this surfboard, which is crafted with 3 wood planks and a stick, and click down here and it floats all the way up and it's drifting off. Where are you going? What you doing? Come on, get back in there. Alright, that one decided it didn't want to work. Alright, stay there. You stay. Please. Alright, now I'm surfing the waves. Good stuff. So it's unable to be controlled at the moment, and it has a boat texture, but you can just sit on it and feel seasick if you wish to. I'm sure it'll be updated very soon. A little bit derpy. A little bit derpy, but very cool. I like the aesthetics, and the waves themselves won't like knock you back if you get hit by them, but they're just there. You can just see them. So next we have some of the weather systems, and I'm gonna go for first. Let's go for the Shockwave item. So if I head over to some dirt and I right click with the Shockwave, I love the leaves. It'll turn all the dirt upside down. So it's like a Hulk smash, but you do it with a piece of string. I don't even know if these are craftable. It would appear not. It seems like it's only a creative item, but these will happen naturally throughout the world, all the weather systems, so it's quite interesting. And I think there's a way, I'm stuck in the ground, I think there's a way of turning grass into like dead stuff. Let's see if I can do that. Ah, there's some over there. So if you flip it over and the grass is the same height as the blocks you're flipping, then they will turn into dead grass or dead bushes, which is a nice little feature, and it works for a lot of things. It will also, if I can find one, I've been searching for, there they are. If you use it on an animal, it'll bounce them back. They don't like it. What the heck? You can also use it to turn leaves into oak leaves and any other tree into oak wood. That is a strange feature. I don't know if they know that exists, but that's pretty cool. Alright, so next we're going to use the worm gun, and the worm gun is very interesting. I don't really know if this sort of thing happens in nature. If I right click with the worm gun, hopefully it's going to work. There it is. There's the worm. It's like a fireworm. It'll start to appear, and a bit like Snake, I shouldn't have spawned it in the mountain, but a bit like Snake, it'll drop off. It's like a reverse snake, so it drops off its body like bit by bit and just sets fire to the place. So at the moment it's just like kind of like a worm flying around, and it'll lose its tail first and then just one piece left, and that should set fire to something when it lands. Come on, sir, please. He wants to set fire to me. And it hasn't worked too well because of the snow. I'll do it over here in this forest, which is not a great place to make a fire snake. I wouldn't recommend doing that in real life. Come on, set fire to something. Don't make me look like a liar. As you see, it drops off little pieces and will set fire. So if you see a wildfire, it was probably a fireworm or a worm gun. So next we have the drill item, and this one's pretty cool. I'm saving the tornadoes for last because they're the best, obviously. But the drill item, if I right click on the ground like that, will drill down and shoots a ton of blocks a long way, and will make a nice little pillar out of the blocks that have been dug out, and will in fact make you, although this one's pretty steep, a nice little cave that you can dig with. So if I shoot some more out, see where it's going. It's actually filling. Is it filling my cave up? Or is it going further again? I don't know where they went. Sometimes if you do it diagonally, it'll kind of glitch the blocks out and it won't make that pile over there. We'll see if it does this time. No, see, if you do it diagonally, it doesn't. But if you do it like straight up or facing this way, it should do it. So you can see the blocks coming down and making a very nice pillar and a nice little hole for you to dig. One of the greatest things is that it will drag out all the ores. It drags out every block, so you can keep going all the way down and get all the diamonds on the surface, and it makes it a bit easier to mine, a bit safer. No creepers or zombies. So I'll do it one more time. I just love the animation of it. It's probably not going to work, that one, because it's slightly diagonal. And did it work? Yeah, it did work. Okay, cool. So sometimes it will work diagonally. Next we have the tornado gun, and with the tornadoes, you can craft yourself a tornado siren and a tornado sensor. So to craft yourself a tornado sensor, you're going to need 4 iron ingots, 2 redstone, and a gold ingot. And then to craft yourself a tornado siren, you're going to need a tornado sensor, 4 iron ingots, and 4 pieces of redstone. And you need to connect these with a redstone pulse to make them work. So once a tornado comes, these will make a hell of a lot of noise. Well, at least the siren will. So if I spawn in myself, flee. This is not the time to visit me, family. Spawn in a tornado. Hopefully the siren. You can hear it. Wow. So yeah, that's what the siren sounds like, and it's a bit like an old air raid siren from the Blitz, World War II Blitz. So as you can see, as it flies over blocks, it'll drag up the blocks into the storm itself. And so you can see there's leaves going up there, and it also creates kind of like a ravine as it goes along. You'll see it'll go blue now temporarily as it goes over the water, which is really cool. And all these blocks will float around until the time comes for the storm to end, and they will all drop and litter the place. But as it does, some of the blocks will land, and it's pretty disgusting what it does to the landscape, but it's what a powerful creature it is. So I'm going to go inside. As you can see, it strips the trees of all their leaves, but leaves the wood, a bit like a normal tornado does. Well, at least pictures I've seen of tornadoes. We obviously don't get them in the UK, but this one's taken a bit of a detour. So it's gone straight so far, and now it's going up the mountain. Goodness gracious, the dwarves better run. And you can see the mobs will get dragged in too, and they are really probably not going to enjoy themselves. As you can see, I'm in the eye of the storm. It's kind of peaceful in here, if you can keep up with it. Lovely. If I drop down, try and be in the middle, and look up. Wow. Kind of scary. If you saw this coming to you during the game, you'd be pretty terrified. And you can see the waves are also bigger too, which is a nice feature. So I'm going to wait for this one to just kind of die off. So I'm going to show you all the blocks falling to the ground. So it's got some dirt in there, loads of leaves, bit of stone. Oh, and now it's going over the sand. That's a pretty cool looking. I like the color of that one. Very pretty. Is that the right word to call a tornado pretty? Probably not. It's so amazing when it goes over the water and it just goes completely blue. And it appears to be stopping. As you can see there, kind of just fizzles out into nothing. The clouds stay for a little while, and all the blocks will fall to the ground. Let's follow them down. Really cool. Absolutely amazing how they've managed to do this mod. And there's also a command which you can use to spawn in even bigger tornadoes. So there's up to scale 5. So that was a tornado scale 1, but they do vary. They're not just going to be like 5 times bigger. The clouds are still here, just to remind you of what's happened. But before I do show you that, there is this other item, a vector tree. And it doesn't have a crafting recipe. A lot of these don't, but you can just place it down, and it will. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Jack and the Beanstalk. It just makes this giant tree. It's a really odd shape, and just goes up and up, and it kind of plateaus at like when 3 leaves or whatever just unite. It doesn't like round off, just kind of ends dead, which makes me feel like you should probably add more and just keep going. Jack and the Beanstalkish. I love this tree. What a tree. Alright, so now I'm going to use the command to spawn in an even bigger tornado. If I just make it day first, let's do that real quick, and it is W spawn tornado, if you can spell tornado, tornado 5. Spawning tornado type 5. As you can see over there, it's starting to grow. And the clouds appear to be moving over to this one and just kind of joining forces with it. So this one doesn't actually destroy blocks in the middle. It just kind of swirls around and blows you around and takes the blocks from the outside and just spews them everywhere. So if I actually put some diamond armor on, which is probably a good idea because this is going to hurt like hell. And maybe get some golden apples too, so I can just get out of creative and show you what it does if you're not in creative, show you the completely destructive power of Tornado Mark 5. Alright, it's blowing me. Golden apple, don't kill me. So as you can see, it will throw you around, and once you get caught in it, it's very difficult to get out of. You kind of just have to ride the storm or die, which isn't ideal, but I mean, it's kind of fun. It sort of reminds me of the Gravity Core mod, where you're just kind of stuck. Except this is worse. You are pretty much genuinely stuck until the storm ends. So it's picking up all the blocks. So he's got leaves, water, dirt, sand, absolutely everything. If your house was here right now, well, it wouldn't. If your house was here right now, well, it wouldn't be, because I'm stuck in a block. Now, oh my gosh. This thing would just destroy your house pretty much instantly. So it's not a mod you want to add to a mod pack where you care about the things you build, but say for an Apocalypse mod pack where it's kind of just you're on the road all the time and you're not particularly building too much, you're just kind of trying to survive, then this could be the perfect mod. So you can see it's throwing blocks all the way over there. What the heck? What a beast. That is unbelievable. So yeah, if you want to see this in the Apocalypse mod pack, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let's try and hit 5,000 likes. And as always, thanks for watching.
It's calling.